What is my opinion on the Wade Wilson case now that it is finally over and this demonic piece of shit has been sent to death row? Now, there's a few situations I would like to talk about. The first is the groupies. Every time somebody does something pure, evil, demonic, it always seems like they judge it off how he looks. Because if you guys were really trying to support the justice system and say, mental health, then how come you're not lining up for that piece of shit that just killed his 3 kids and got sentenced to life, Chad Dorman? But it's all right. So when you are a groupie to evil, in prison, the convicts, the COs, they look at you like you're just as bad as him. And when somebody commits a heinous act and is false claiming a organization, a racial organization like he is, what happens is you're looked at as a resource mule. A resource mule is anybody that has sick, sadistic crimes that hurt women or children in these sick ways for pleasure. They go after them. They go after your groupies. Everybody that supports you is now in the crosshairs. So the ones that are like, oh, I can't wait to visit and this and that, they will literally follow you home, follow you to the hotel after the visitation, and let you know that from now on, you're going to bring this, and this in. If you do not comply, obviously, we know everything about you. And when you get deeper with these racial organizations, you understand that the corrections officers are in these organizations. I've never been to a prison in the state of Florida where there wasn't an officer that was part of an organization. That's the saying, the inside runs the outside. Meaning, if you're living fucked up, foul, and you want to be part of an organization or you're doing something against people, families, you will answer for it in prison. And when you represent a racial organization like he is trying to, the reality is he is the toughest guy in protective custody. And you have these sick charges. One, this organization fought and went through hell because they used to be abused. I know this organization. They used to get their food took and went through hell. They united and they fought back. Obviously, when that happens, things take a different turn and the power and the money comes with it. With that being said, they will never ruin their image or anything they got going on over someone who hurts women and children that's a fucking pedophile, sex offender, a thrill killer. So they will extort you. Like I say, they will squeeze you dry, get every single thing they can possibly get from you, go after every single one of the groupies, and if you don't comply, the officers will go and get all the information from everybody on your tablet, emails, letters, and give it to whoever they want to. As a lot of times, officers are usually under certain inmates that are running the show. Sometimes they just became officers because the money was so lucrative to bring it in, whatever the contraband was, that's why they became corrections officers. And then whoever they want to go after, they're going to let them know this is now who you work for. And, they'll kind of give them a little breadcrumb here and there of true crime memorabilia. But all in all, they're going to be working now for whoever he thinks he's part of. And mandatory, he has to get those tattoos covered up. Now, I know you're saying he's on death row. It'll be harder to hit him, all that. He has a high profile case. That's true. But you know who serves your trays? Inmates and COs. And money talks. Like I said, corrupt COs have been running with organizations or putting work in for them forever. And you have the family, the victims. Now, everybody that thinks they're cool and all that shit, let me ask you a question. If this was your family member and you saw somebody saying, he's really a good guy, he just misunderstood, he had a hard life, what would you do? You would do everything in your power to take the anger you had for that person onto that person. It's almost like a slap in the face because here you guys are picking and choosing who you want to support. The reality is he killed 2 women that were innocent and he's a sex offender. It's like being around danger without being in danger, except they always find out when it's too late. When you get that knock at your door after visiting and you're like all giggly because you just did something so cool, right? And then you see somebody with a giant tattoo on the back of their head talking about, hey, listen, this is what it's going to be like. And contact all the other little groupies that y'all have your little group chat with and break it off. Huh? Oh, no. This is part of like my Facebook group, friends. Nobody gives a fuck about that. People lost their lives behind that. Then they blame it on drugs and alcohol. Listen, that's like saying a guy who committed a DUI manslaughter only did it because he was drunk and shouldn't go to prison. Stop it. You wouldn't let him babysit your kids if he got out now. If this happened to your family, you would despise this person. You would never forgive him. So all that shit is just bullshit. And after they squeeze him dry, they squeeze all the groupies dry, they let it known that you cannot rock these tattoos. You must break it off because obviously he's a harder target to get to. He really has the rest of his life when the media and everything dies down to live like this. To be extorted, to be tortured by the officers. So obviously they're gonna fuck with your food, spit in it. It's just mandatory whenever you got fucked up charges, put all types of weird shit in it. And after years and years of having all your little groupies extorted, your family extorted, yes, I know that sounds harsh, but when you do crimes like this, people can't get to you, they get to your family. Your options get lower and lower as people are gonna say, fuck that, I didn't sign up for this. And the organizations are still putting on pressure, hoping that one of their members could get in there and handle business. And the way they make you cover up your tattoos, they just go reach out to somebody that's important to you. That's power. It really is. Or the victims, the family's victim. They feel like it wasn't enough. And they look on TV or they look on social media and they see somebody like really loving this person, saying he's a good guy and he had a hard life, and these people are really going through a hard life. What do you think they want to do? What would you do? If that was your daughter, God forbid, would you be going to visit him saying he's a good guy? Stop it. Just fucking stop it. But you guys will see for yourselves. This is a situation where you fuck around and find out. Where the racial organizations feel, oh, you want to rock our brand, you want to rock our logo? Okay, you're going to break it off, and every single person around you is going to break it off because you become a resource mule now. And then either the state puts him down, or somebody gets one on him, or he dies of one of those natural cause deaths at a young age. It happens so much in the Florida chain gang. It's fucked up. It's a maze of evil, a labyrinth of hell. Stay out, stay free. Us.